Well, a very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome along to CMV Studios. We're back with another artist interview. Cannot wait for today's artist. All the way from what we like to call across the pond. It's the wonderful Kris Pride.
Very good everybody.
Afternoon,
Hi, Tom.
Afternoon, Kris. I know it is afternoon over there. It's literally just turned 12 o'clock for you. So thank you for splitting your day in half to come and join us in the studio this afternoon.
Oh, no worries at all. How are you today?
I'm doing very well, thank you. How's you?
Good. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Not a problem.
So exciting.
So, guys, you know, obviously a lot of you know Kris anyway. You've been following her for a very, very long time with her streamings and live shows and all of her other music that she gets involved with. But we'll be going into a lot more detail of that as we go through the next, well, hopefully it'll be more than an hour's worth of conversation between us. As you guys
I see Julie Roth in the chat.
Yeah, very good afternoon to you, Julie. Thank you so much for joining us. And of course, I know there's a lot more of you out there. Guys, the chat is open. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in. We will be interjecting with those as well, apart from the...
There's Sandra. Hey, Sandra, how are you?
It's not... My chat's...
There's Jamie.
Yeah, my chat lags very fractionally behind from the YouTube one. Hello. I've just seen you guys drop in now. Sandra.
Welcome, friends.
Yes, exactly. The massive family that's the online streaming world.
Yay, I just love it.
It's fantastic. So let's start this journey right back at the beginning of Kris's career. Only a couple of moons ago. Let's be nice.
Right.
So, what made you get into music in the first place, Kris?
Well, I believe it all started with the piano. I fell in love with the song "For Elise" by Beethoven, and so I started taking piano lessons when I was 7, and I took those lessons for 7 years. And I wasn't really good at practicing. I wasn't really good at doing my music theory. And I really just wanted to do what I wanted to do, you know, that's just how I've always been. And so I wish that I had tried harder, wish that I had really focused more on the theory. But anyway, that was how I first got into music. And I know that I was singing from a young age. I'm not really sure when I started singing, but as early as I can remember riding around in the car and harmonizing to all the music on the radio. You know, I've just automatically done that all my life. Just always, no matter what's playing, I'm creating a harmony for it in my head or singing it out loud. And I guess junior high school, I sang a little bit at church. I did some church music, and I was in a choir in high school. And then when I first went to college, I had a year at a junior college in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and it was focused mostly on music. And then I auditioned at Eastern Michigan University for their music therapy program, and I got in, and I stayed there for a couple months, but I was just too young, and I just couldn't support myself. I had to work full time. So went off and did some canvassing, fundraising, drove a cab for a while. And then when I finally did go back to school, I chose social work instead of music therapy. And I'm like, I can use music in social work. And once I got out of social work, I used music a little bit in social work, but not a lot. I was doing outpatient therapy, mostly mental health and substance abuse treatment. And where I really started to use music and social work together is just in the last few years, where I wasn't technically doing social work, but I started singing in nursing homes and assisted living facilities. And that's where the music and the social work kind of meshed together. And I really miss doing that. But of course, it's been on hold for the past 7 months or so.
So it started at a very early age in the career, and it's been ever growing since then.
So yes, I've always loved music. I remember my dad's Beatles 8-track tapes that I used to listen to. And then in high school, my high school sweetheart and I used to sit around and we would go through the Beatles songs from A to Z. We had, you know, the volumes 1 and 2. I still have them, actually. And we would just go through the whole thing, and he would sing and play guitar and I would harmonize. And it was super fun. So.
Oh, perfect. So you just mentioned the Beatles there. So what sort of styles of... Because as I said, you've had such a varied career across streaming and all of your streams that you did, which we'll come on to later. And obviously, a lot of people know you're on Compose and you write your own tracks. But out of all of the music that you perform or you've wrote yourself or you've worked on with others, what style of music do you enjoy? Do you enjoy working on the most? So someone might write into you and say, "Oh, I want a jazz track," or "I want a
it's hard to say.
track." Or is there a track that, or when you're trying to learn a new song that you want to do on one of your streams, you think, "Oh, I really enjoyed that type of music. That's the one that you get the biggest buzz." If you want to say the biggest buzz, that's all the biggest buzz off. You go, "Yeah, I really enjoyed working on that." Jesus, sorry about that. The door decided to slam shut behind me, and it's made me jump there. So apologies about that, everyone.
Well, I guess I call my style eclectic acoustic because I like a lot of different styles, but really acoustic, all forms of acoustic music, Americana and indie, alt folk. I enjoy branching out though and trying new styles. And that's one of the things that I love about Compose. Like, I never knew how much I really love traditional folk music of the UK, for example. I didn't know anything about it. I'd never heard it. And then I met James Fraser in England on Compose, and he asked me if I wanted to do some backup on a couple of his songs. And then we're like, well, let's do all these traditional tunes. And now we call ourselves Steeped in Tradition. And I just love it. And it makes me happy that I can sing songs from a land that I've never been to, and people appreciate it. You know, sometimes at first I was like, oh, but I don't know if I'm good enough. I don't know if I should be doing this, you know, and I don't know, but people seem to like it. And I have Traditional Tuesday based on it.
Perfect.
Hey, look, there's Dolby, and there's Bill Harmon. Got a bunch of folks.
Streaming.
Welcome, everybody.
I'm streaming. No, I'm streaming live. I'm streaming.
Can you tell I'm a little nervous, folks?
Sorry about that. Everyone being interrupted, saying food's ready. But no, that's fine. But no, it's great to. So let's just quickly dive into the chat and see what we got. We've got Dolby in there, who's another fantastic streamer. We got Sandra Bullitt, who's back. Sandra, very good evening. We've got Carrie's here. Hello, Carrie. How are you doing? Great to see you back. We've got William Harmon in there. Great to see you. And I think, who else did I see dropping in? We've got Julie in there as well. Very good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me and Kriss here.
So thanks for the compliment, Julie.
No, exactly. I just saw that. I've just seen that as well. And of course, there was another compliment in there from Will Harmon as well, saying that your voice is fabulous as well, Kriss.
Oh, thank you, Bill. Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
No. So as we were talking about Compose and you being involved in the steeped in tradition and the traditional folk music, when you're writing your own songs, which obviously, as most of you will know, if you listen to my streams or Kriss's streams, I play a few of Kriss's tracks. We've got what the ones we got? Water is Life and Perfect Storm. I love both of those tracks. I need to get some more.
I need to find some for you. They're on my old iMac, so I'm going to be scrounging through there and see what I can find. My MacBook Pro died a couple months ago, and so I may have lost some of my tracks, but I don't think so. They're probably in the cloud somewhere.
Yeah, we'll
gotta find them.
So when you're writing your new music, what inspires you when you get up in the morning and you think, bang, I want to write a new track? What's that one spark that says, yeah, bang, I want to go and that's what I want to write the track on?
Typically social justice issues these days. When I first started writing songs, they were more about love or unrequited love or not being accepted or things like that. But as I get older, the more I write, I tend to write about social justice issues. So Water is Life is obviously about the environment, and Perfect Storm was inspired by the big orange turd who calls himself the president of the United States. And his followers, they like to call us snowflakes. So it's kind of a response to that. And when I'm not writing songs right now, I haven't written one since Perfect Storm. That was 2019, early 2019. But I'm always jotting down little notes in my phone, oh, this would be good for a song. And it takes a lot to get me to actually sit down and do a full song. And I have to really be inspired. And it doesn't happen that often. And that's just my process. And I'm okay with that for now. I would like to write more, but I've been to a couple of songwriter retreats, and they really push you to just write and write and write, and it's like I have a hard time pushing myself to do it. And so there's a lot of different schools of thought about songwriting, and I think everybody has their own style, and we just need to do what works for us.
No, perfect. So if we take Perfect Storm, and you said that was back in 2019, early 2019, what drove you to write that song? If you take that one as the
specifically, there was a prompt in one of the workshops at the Songwriter retreat. And so I had started working on it at the retreat. And then I guess about a week later, I got home and decided, okay, I'm going to finish this. But what really inspired me? Well, the name of the retreat was the Songwriter Summit for Resilience. And so it was put on by Earthwork Music at Circle Pine Center in Delton, Michigan. And they do this every year. And it's really songwriters that are fighting for social justice issues. So we all had common causes. We were basically a bunch of progressive liberal musicians. And so it's just, you all know, I have my Social Justice Sunday stream, and I'm just passionate about a lot of different issues. And we have a really important election coming up here in the United States.
Yeah, no, of course. Obviously, it's over here in the UK and the media as well. So we're keeping pace and keeping track of it. So when you're writing your songs or you're looking to do a new cover, obviously apart from working at home and working in your studio, have you got anywhere when you used to be able to go out and about that if you was really stuck on looking to put a cover together or doing a new song that you'd go to, and that'd be like your creative space that you could sort of go to?
No, I really don't. I can't really think of any place that I used to go to be inspired creatively, but that's a good idea. I mean, one of my favorite places is Oasis Lake, and I'm hoping to eventually write a song about that place, because every time I'm in it, I start having thoughts of a song go through my head, but I haven't actually followed through with it. I'm hoping one of these days that I will.
Oh, perfect. So as we know, you write your own songs, and there's loads of people that are coming into the sort of the songwriting industry at the moment. If someone said to you, name your top 5 tips for writing their first song, what tips would you give them? If someone said to you, Kriss, look, I want to write my first song, what's your top 5 tips for me to be able to get that process going?
I suppose I would start with brainstorming ideas for a topic first. That would probably be number 1. Just write down as many topics as you can think of, and then narrow it down to your top 5 or your top 3, and which ones you feel strongly about, which ones you think you can come up with enough for a whole song. Pick topics that things you know about. Let's see, what else would I say? I don't know. Everybody's different in writing songs. Like, some people start with the words and some people start with the music. Like, if you're a musician, you're already playing instruments, it might be easier for you to start by coming up with a melody first before you write the lyrics. I usually write the lyrics before I come up with any of the music. And if you ask different musicians, they're going to give you a completely different answer of how it works for them. I think some people do lyrics first, some people do music first, and I'm not sure why that is, but I think we all have kind of a natural process. So really, I would just say, just go with the flow, do what feels right for you.
Perfect. So that sort of leads into the next part about once you've got your track and you do it, obviously you run your own production company from home yourself.
Well, I have a video production company with my wife, Carrie. It's called Pride Helm Productions. And basically, just every now and then we decide, hey, let's make a video. And so we'll take either one of my songs or a cover. I'll record a track, and then we'll go out and Carrie will shoot the footage for it. She's got a drone and get some really cool drone footage. But you know what? We haven't made a video in 2020. And we were just talking about it this morning. Like, why have we not made any videos in 2020? We've just kind of let all of these things happen, and we just haven't gotten out and done it. And we have no excuse really for that. So hopefully you'll see a video coming soon. We have a Facebook page, and I have a playlist on my YouTube channel full of our videos if you want to check them out.
Ooh, so a little sneak peek hint that there'll be a new Pride Helm Productions video coming out very, very soon.
I hope so. I do a mashup of Bad Moon Rising by Creedence Clearwater Revival and It's the End of the World as We Know It by REM. And so we've been saying for months, oh, we should do a video for this. We just haven't done it yet. So hopefully this interview with me talking about it will light a fire under my booty, and we'll go out there and start shooting some footage for that.
Perfect. Well, come on, guys, you're in the chat there. Put in there if you want to see a new Pride Helm Productions video, and I'm sure if we get enough support behind it, that might just be the push that Kriss and Carrie need to be able to go out there and actually do the video. So, talking about videos and recording and everything,
Bill says I need to connect you to Terry Miller and Greenpeace. Well, I know Terry Miller, Bill, and I used to work for Greenpeace, as a matter of fact. And Julie says, can you pull your original songs from show for me? What do you mean pull?
So I think that was more a case of if I need to get your music, I can probably.
Oh, right.
And Bill's put another one in there saying, what about doing a song about the voting that's coming up? Could be another topic for you to.
Right, indeed.
Or,
Carrie says we can start this afternoon, as far as I'm concerned, on a new video.
Well, there you go. That's the fire that you needed there, Kriss. If the Helm part of the ship saying let's go and do it, then the Pride part's got to keep pace.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, I've got my live stream today at 3, but maybe after.
No, I'm sure people will understand if the Monday karaoke session gets nudged back by an hour.
True.
Yeah, no. So talking about recording and the audio work that you do, just give people a brief overview of some of the equipment that you use, because obviously I know a lot of people want to get into doing recordings, and it's such a big thing with the lockdown and everything. Obviously, from what I do, I've got professional equipment. You've got equipment there for your streaming, but just give people a bit of an overview of what's some of the bit
you've been adding. Really, let's see. The easiest way for me, if I'm recording a track all on my own, I'm not just trying to collaborate with someone else, adding something to their track. The way that I start is I start with a guitar track, and I use an amp kit. It's this little device that I plug into my iPhone, and I can plug my guitar right into that. So usually my first track that I'm going to lay down when I'm recording a song is going to be the guitar through that. And what I do is I then email that track to myself and then drop it into whatever DAW I'm using. And these days I'm using Reaper. And then from there I start. I've got a mixer. I've got a Behringer Xenix 1204 USB mixer.
Yeah.
And I now just recently have added a sound interface. It's a Focusrite Scarlett that my friend Jace Allen, who streams on Sessions, gave me, along with this computer. I'm using a PC now. I've been a Mac girl for many, many years, and so I'm still trying to get used to this PC again, but it is working really great for me. I'm loving it. And I added a reverb pedal with advice from you, Tom, and from Jace. And it's just a little tiny pedal that I ordered on Amazon. It's really cute. And my mixer didn't have the ability to add any reverb to my voice. So I felt I needed just, a little bit, not too much. Let's see. Oh, and my condenser mic I got off of Amazon. And it's really a cheap mic. I mean, it was under $50. So, I mean, you don't have to spend a ton of money to be able to stream or record.
No, it's fantastic, and as you said, you don't have to spend a lot of money to be able to do it. Obviously, the equipment that I use here in the studio, it's that little bit more because obviously it's what I do as a profession, so it's slightly different. But the equipment I use out on live, again, not a huge expense, but it's still there, and it's great knowing that you've got the ability now to go out there and, as you said, spend probably less than $500 and get a full.
And the apps are actually really inexpensive. There's many that are free. Reaper, I'm still reviewing, so I haven't paid for Reaper. That one is free. GarageBand is free. Audacity is free. You don't have to pay for Pro Tools to be able to do recording or streaming.
No, a lot of us use a program called OBS, Open Broadcast Software, which again is an open program that we all use for streaming. Or you've got StreamYard, which is what we're using today, which is great for two-way interaction. On it, again, free software for anyone that wants to get into doing podcasts and video casting.
So a little resistant to yes at first because it was just so new to me, and I was used to streaming through YouTube, and like, oh, why do I have to learn something new, you know? But I'm glad I did. I really like it. I like being able to add the overlays. And my wife Carrie is also a graphic designer, so she made my logo, and she makes my intros and outros, and it's super cool.
Yeah, it is fantastic. So while we're on the part of streaming, if someone, again, this sort of goes back to people getting advice from you, Kris. If someone comes up to you and say, "Oh, I love what you do on streaming. How do I get involved into streaming?" So this is a bit of a two-part question. The first part is how would you say to someone, "Yeah, this is what streaming is about, and this is why you do it." And secondly, what benefit have you seen it's brought to you as a musician?
Well, I started streaming a couple years back on Facebook. I didn't do it very often, but I would have like live couch jams. I'd invite a friend over that I play music with, and we would go live for a couple hours, and just every once in a while. And then just this past February, Jason Baker, he referred me to sessions, and someone else must have told me about Live Me, because I started streaming it on Sessions and Live Me at the same time. And at that time I was actually multi-streaming, which was really I should never have been multi-streaming. I was on like 4 platforms at once. And it wasn't until I just decided to just do it on Sessions and focus on Sessions that things really started to take off. And I've built quite a following on Sessions really quickly. I mean, I've only been doing it for like 7 months, but then the pandemic hit right after I started. I mean, I got into Sessions, it was still called Next Music at that point, and I got in right before the pandemic hit here in the United States. So I feel like I kind of had a leg up on other musicians at that point, and I was kind of like, okay, I can't do public gigs now, but I've got this other outlet. And not only was it a way for me to still play music and do shows, but it was a way to connect with other people without having to be in their physical space. And I've met so many amazing people all around the world by streaming on Sessions. So I think it was one of the best decisions I've made for my career and just for my life in general. And the timing just couldn't have been better, you know?
No, exactly.
I met you and Sandra and Dolby and all these other amazing musicians that I never would have met if I hadn't come to Sessions. And I'm starting to refer other musicians as well. I can see Jamie Swan is in the chat, and she's got her audition this afternoon, actually. So
perfect.
Sending her lots of good vibes. And Kris just started streaming through me. She's on here too, I think. She's there with Jamie. So hi, Kris. Hi, Jamie.
No, perfect. And so, what benefit have you seen it brought to you as a musician through doing the online streaming? Obviously, as you said, we can't get out and about and do live gigs at the moment. We can't go out there. So apart from obviously the side of it, which we get through the donations and the tips that we get, which is the financial element, what benefit have you seen it's brought you as a musician to keep doing the streaming or bring it down to one?
Well, really connecting with so many new people has been really great. And it is nice to have the make a little bit of money since I can't go off and do public gigs. And I've met so many amazing musicians, and I enjoy watching other people's streams as well. I don't know what more to say about that. It's
well, as most people know, you're very, very, very active on social media. So on your Facebook pages, obviously I've seen today that you've been posting out left, right, and center about today's interview.
I guess I feel like Sessions is more intimate. Like,
yeah,
I've streamed on Facebook, but I just don't have the same kind of connection with people that I have on Sessions. I have a core group of fans from Facebook that followed me to Sessions, and that was really awesome. But I've also been starting to meet other people that I would never have met on Facebook. So, and also I don't have the spammers that I was getting on Facebook either.
Yeah, no, exactly. So being that you're that active on social media, what benefit would you say that brings to a musician having access to all of the social medias and the social medias you use? As you said, you're on YouTube, you're on Show For Me, you're on Facebook. you've got all of these platforms that are out there. What benefits have you seen that it's brought to you as a musician compared to sort of going back to the older days of, if you're a musician, you just had to put an advert out in local press or put flyers out or rely on pubs to get to know you? So that
Well, it's obviously increased my fan base by a lot. You know, I've been able to connect with a lot more people this way, definitely, without having to pay for it. Although Facebook they really want you to pay to promote. You know, it's hard to really get people to see. I'm learning little tricks, like, you know, sharing things to my story on Facebook and Instagram. If I do that, I can get more folks' attention, I think. If I just put a regular post on Facebook, not very many people are going to see it, especially if it has a link to another website, because Facebook just doesn't want to show your stuff to people if they can help it, you know, unless you pay them.
Exactly.
And, you know, we're all struggling right now. We're all trying to make money, and so it's hard to spend money to promote yourself. So anything I can do that's free, I'm going to do. So that's social media really does help with that a lot, for sure.
Perfect. It's always a good one, and I love asking this question because, as you said, we're all different. Carrie West Bay, very good evening to see you.
Hi, Carrie. I referred her to sessions as well.
Yes, another one of your followers, then artists that has joined in. Perfect.
Yay.
So talking about people going live and other artists and everything, as you said, everyone's different in the way we do things. How do you prepare yourself before you hit that magical go live button in our artist panel or in YouTube system or Facebook when you used to do the streams on those platforms? Before you hit that button, what's the Kris Pride routine? We'll call it the Kris Pride routine of, right, it's coming up to 12 o'clock or it's coming up to 5 o'clock. I'm about to go live. What is the Kris Pride routine before people see you on the other?
Are you sure you want to know all this? No, it's not
within boundaries, Kris. Let's put it to that limit then.
I like to have a good 3 hours being awake and drinking my pot of coffee, and, you know, I like to be able to chill and wake up before I have to do anything. But well, I don't know. I have my vanity where I do my hair and my makeup, and I come up here about, I don't know, half hour to an hour before I'm going to stream and make sure my studio is set up the way I want it. I got my lights adjusted, and, you know, if there's a theme, I've got what I need in front of me, and I make sure all the equipment is on and running, and I'm tuning my instruments and doing a sound check, and then I'm making my tea. I've got a hot pot up here, so I heat up my water and make my tea for my stream. And if I'm nervous, I'm always choosing the lavender and chamomile tea, because that seems to help with nerves. I do still sometimes get nervous right before my streams. I don't know why. Once I start, I'm fine, and I don't feel it because I'm distracted by whatever we're doing, you know.
Exactly. And again, I'm the same, and I assume a lot of the other artists that are on here will be the same. It's, as you said, we're all human. If we was robotic and it was
I'm brushing and flossing my teeth right before my stream too. I've seen some people streaming with food in their teeth and stains on their shirt, and that's something you want to do a quick check in the mirror before you go live, folks. Trust me on this.
You know, exactly. It's one of those.
Oh, and if you take a break while you're streaming, make sure you mute your mic.
Yeah, but I know where you're going with that comment. We'll leave that there. I'm not going to name any streamers that I know of recently that's happened to, but there is one in the last day or so that I know of that has happened to.
Sorry to anybody who had to hear me tinkle that time.
Oh dear. Anyway, see, guys, this is why I love doing these. It's you get to know the raw behind the scenes information that doesn't get shared from once we hit that go live.
Oh, Carrie West, I can relate.
Yeah, been there, done that. Yeah, I will hold my hand up. Not on sessions, it hasn't happened, but when I've been out live, when I used to have the wireless headset and mic, I thought I turned the battery pack off. I actually turned it on.
Oh no!
Yeah, so we'll leave that one there.
Well, I'm glad it's not just me then. No,
it's one of those things. As you said, we're all human. It all happens to us. So obviously, as you said, you stream on sessions. You do 3 to 5 Eastern time, USA Eastern time.
lately I've been going till 6 or even later. I don't know. I've been having so much fun, and time just keeps flying. So even though I'm only scheduled to do 2-hour shows, most of them are 3 hours.
No, exactly. Apart from the odd one that you do later on in the evening as well. Sometimes, obviously, UK.
Well, I have one evening stream coming up, and that's Halloween. I'm going to do a Halloween evening stream. But other than that, my regular schedule is every day except Wednesday and Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern now. Trying to keep it simple.
Yeah, I think everyone's doing Halloween specials. I certainly know the studio here's got a fantastic Halloween special lined up for everyone, but that's obviously in another month's time, so we'll worry about that. I'm not going to spoil anything.
Okay.
Let's leave that there. We're not spoiling anything at the moment. We've got some really good plans coming up for that. All I'm going to say about that is there might be more than one DJ for that evening.
Ooh, nice.
Which will be something a little bit different that you guys don't tend to see.
So what time will your Halloween stream be?
What time have we got that in for? It will probably be in our normal streaming slot, which is 5 hours back from you. About 2 o'clock your time.
Okay, cool. So I should be able to catch that because I'm not streaming till 8 p.m. my time on Halloween. So that's like 1 a.m. your time, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it'll be our usual slot, so it'll be sort of afternoon for you guys. So it's gonna be fun. We've got lots in the pipeline for that, but there'll be a whole different video coming out for that one.
Awesome.
So talking about your streaming, obviously a lot of people know that you theme every show that you do. So
just about.
Yeah. Well, we start off on the Monday with your karaoke evening. Then Tuesday is Steeped in Tradition for the first half. Wednesday you're off. Thursday is...
I don't really have a theme for Thursday. Right now I'm just calling it Acoustic Thursday. Yeah. I was calling it Throwback Thursday. I don't know. It's open. Yeah. And Friday is Free for All Friday, so Friday's open too.
And then obviously Sunday.
And then Social Justice Sunday.
Yeah, of course.
But I'm only doing karaoke once a week now. I had been combining eclectic acoustic with karaoke, and that did not work out for me with my replays. Because when I go to upload my replay to YouTube, the karaoke tracks were not lining up with my vocals, even though they were live. So the karaoke stream is not going to be on YouTube. That's only going to be live on Mondays. Which just simplifies it for everyone. And then I was able to remove all those tracks from my song request queue as well, because they were really just muddying it up. And karaoke is really just a fun thing for me. You know, my mainstream is eclectic acoustic. So this kind of differentiates, is we're doing a fun karaoke thing once a week, but the rest of the time is me playing my instruments and, you know, doing my eclectic acoustic thing.
Perfect. So with the acoustic side of things, obviously you play, as you said, you play multiple instruments in your stream. What do you prefer playing more? If someone said to you, right, Kriss, you can only play that instrument and that's it. You can't play any other instrument. So it's only either your guitar, your ukulele, or piano. Then 3. What do you go and pick and why?
My uke is my favorite right now, and you know, I started with piano and then I picked up a guitar around 18. And the uke I've only been playing for like 5 or 6 years, maybe, something like that. I'm not sure. Carrie bought it for me for Christmas one year. I didn't even know I wanted a uke, and I just fell in love with it immediately. And like, it opened up my world because I really don't know that many chords on the guitar, and I have a hard time with bar chords on the guitar. So basically, all the chords I can't play on the guitar, I can play on the uke. So any song that I want to learn on the guitar now, but I'm not comfortable with it, I'm like, oh, well, I'll just play this one on the uke. And I know that I don't play either instrument really traditionally, or, you know, the way people are classically taught to play. I kind of do my own thing, and I'm okay with that. You know, these are just a way to accompany my voice. I might add some piano to my stream eventually. Not sure. I haven't figured out logistically how to do it yet without setting up another camera, which could happen, but it's in the future. I do have a digital piano over here, and I've got a keyboard downstairs. So, and I actually did play keyboard in a band for a little while, so it could happen. You might see it. But the ukulele is definitely my favorite because I'm more comfortable with it physically. I like that it's smaller. You know, I don't have very big hands, and so I think the uke is just better for my small hands. And I don't know. It's fun. I like it.
Perfect.
Did I answer that?
No, again, there's no right or wrong answer. This is completely all about you and the background and what you prefer working with and how you prefer doing your streams. Here's a question I like asking artists when they've got themed shows. Out of the themes that you run across the week, what's your favorite one? What do you think? Oh yeah, tonight is that theme, and sort of
my own stream.
Yeah, of your streams. As you said, you've got your Steeped in Tradition, you've got your karaoke, you've got your Social Justice Sunday, you've got your Free for All. When you're going through, say, for instance, random day, a Wednesday, because I know that's a day that you don't stream, you go, oh, it's Wednesday, it is that stream tonight. Oh, I'm really looking forward to that one. Is there one in particular that you're more, I wouldn't say that you favour more or think, oh, I'm going to put more effort into it, because you put effort into all of your streams. That's more than apparent in everything that you do. But is there one that you still get that little bit more of a buzz from, because you think, oh, I'm doing that one now, because that means that little bit more special?
I think I'm most excited by Social Justice Sunday. Yeah. And I always look forward to that one. And the karaoke one I actually was really looking forward to last week, but I had sound issues and it was so frustrating, and I was just like completely flustered almost, well, at least the first half of the stream. So now I'm a little more nervous about Karaoke Monday, after that last week. Otherwise, I might have been more excited about that today, but right now, Social Justice Sunday is definitely my favorite. I do look forward to Traditional Tuesday too, because it's different. I like to switch things up.
And talking about switching things up, as you mentioned earlier, you mentioned Compose is a website that you do some work with and work through for people that are potentially wanting to expand their music side of things and look at going into the sort of the more production side of things rather than the live streaming. Tell people a little bit more about Compose and how you come about it and how it's helped you with where you are today, really.
It's compose.com, KOMPOZ. And it is really a great place for collaborating with other musicians, like all over the world. I actually think I heard about Compose from Jace Allen as well. He was collaborating with people, and that was where I met James Frazier of Steeped in Tradition, and that is where I hooked up with Dave Fowler, who is a pastor in Missouri. We have actually done some gospel collaborations together. We call ourselves Thrown Together. THRONE. And it's really, really easy to collaborate with people via Compose. Like I've tried a couple of other sites for collaborating, like FJam Studio and Ohm Studio. But I really prefer Compose. It's very user friendly. I pay $5 a month to be able to upload WAV files, and but there's different levels, and I think that there is a free one as well, but I think you can only upload MP3s if you have the free account. And so it's just nice to be able to upload higher quality tracks when you're collaborating with other musicians. And you don't even need a ton of equipment to be able to do this. I think a lot of people don't realize. They think you got to have a lot of money and a really fancy studio, but no, if you're a vocalist, for example, and you want to add backing tracks to someone's music, it's really easy to do. So, with a free app and a microphone, USB mic. So.
Oh, perfect. So I'm just reading through.
Bill says it's KOMPOZ.com. And I'm Kris Pride on there if anybody wants to follow me. And if anybody wants to collaborate, that would be the place to hit me up. It's really cool because I don't seek out a lot of collaborations on Compose, but I get offers all the time. Like I'm always getting emails from people. Hey, Kris, what do you think about this? Would you like to do some backing vocals for me on this? Or, hey, will you sing this song for me? Like I recently just met Elizabeth Ozanne. She is in Switzerland, and she asked me to sing a song for her. And now I've done, I think, three different songs for her. So it's really exciting.
Perfect. So as you cover songs from other artists and write your own, but there's also other artists on sessions that cover your songs. So for instance, you've got Water is Life is covered by a few artists.
Larissa Gretkin has covered Water is Life, and along with Linnea Glitter. on cello. So beautiful.
Exactly.
That was quite an honor. They're in Portugal.
Exactly. And that sort of bounced into the next question I was going to ask. How does that make you feel, knowing that something that you've put weeks and months of time into, write that song and do the instrumental and mix it and master it and put it out there to the public, to then know that a couple that are 5,000-6,000 miles away from you are covering your song because they've heard it and they like the message behind it and the song itself, and someone else is covering your work? How does that make you feel as an artist to know that?
Amazing. It is. It's such an honor. It's such a blessing. And every time I tune in to Larissa's stream and she sees me there, she wants to sing Water is Life for me. And it's just like every time it's like I'm hearing it for the first time and I'm so excited. So it's really, really cool to hear someone else doing your own song. Yeah. And actually, Water is Life, my wife Carrie wrote with me. She wrote a lot of those lyrics. So it's really cool. It's a good feeling. And I'm hoping to cover one of Larissa's songs soon as well. She's got a lot of great songs.
Yeah, no, Larissa has got some.
She covers a lot of sessions artist songs. She's covered Sandra Bullock and Carmen Resede, and who else? She's got a lot of great covers.
Sandra, Julie's just put a load of stars in the chat, and Sandra says, "Love that song." So,
oh, thank you, Sandra.
That's perfect.
I caught your interview with Sandra Bullock about a month ago, and it was awesome. I loved it. It was so informative.
Well, so has this one been? It's been fantastic for people to get to know the person behind the webcam, because everyone sees us as what we do with the shows. They tune in at the time that our show starts, and we're already in there. We're working, or people drop in and out throughout the whole night. But not many people know the person behind what they're seeing, who's streaming. We obviously stream. We've got careers ourselves. A lot of us. We've done a lot through the industry over the time. So as you said, you're looking to cover one of Larissa's songs. That's obviously the next one that you're thinking about. But apart from the update of the potential new Pride's Helm Productions video that's hopefully going to be started to recorded later on today / tomorrow and the next few days, is there any other major updates coming from the Kris Pride camp at the moment that you think, I've been working on this secretly behind the scenes? And
I haven't been working on anything secretly behind the scenes. No, I don't think I really do have any updates. You know, everything is so up in the air right now with this pandemic that I kind of hesitate to really plan anything, you know, and I do kind of pride myself on just going with the flow and adapting and evolving, and whatever unfolds, you know. And so, like, I didn't know where I would be a year ago, and I don't know where I'm going to be a year from now. And it's like, I'm just excited to see how it all just evolves naturally, really organically.
Perfect.
But I do suspect that there will be a lot more really fun collaborations in the future. I've talked with at least 3 session streamers about possibly collaborating. So that could happen.
Oh, that's a potential. Another question I always like asking, and it's one of those ones that you get mixed answers with it. If you could pick any artist that's out there that's active or non-active or unfortunately no longer with us, that you could work on a collaboration with, even if it's completely like could possibly never ever happen for some unknown reason, who would that artist be? So 3 parts to this one. Who would that artist be? What song of theirs would you like to cover, and why would you pick that song?
You didn't tell me this question ahead of time, Tom.
No, there's a few questions we do like to keep back from artists that we drop in there as we see as we see it's going along.
Wow, that's a tough one. Oh, I don't know. I guess if I had to pick one, I guess if for a female, I would probably say Tracy Chapman, and for a male, I'd probably say John Lennon.
Oh, 2 amazing artists out there. What songs of theirs would you pick?
Well, I'm very passionate about Imagine. I sing Imagine all the time, and you know, every time I sing it, I look at these lyrics and I'm like, I can't believe that this song was actually banned in several countries when it came out in 1971, which is the year that I was born. And it's just like he's talking about world peace, us all living together as one with no religion and no war. And it's like that was just so radical for him to be singing at that time, and that it just floors me that it was banned, you know. And Tracy Chapman, oh, she's got so many amazing songs. I don't know, that whole self-titled album, just everything on it just is amazing. I don't know if I can just pick one.
No, and obviously if people watch your
Patty Griffin I love too, and Ani DeFranco, and there's just so many.
No, that's why I like asking that question, because it sort of drills down makes you think on the spot.
Indigo Girls.
I know there is so many out there. So obviously if people watch your streams, they know that you've got a few things that are unique to the Kris Pride stream. Obviously,
I do? Like what?
Well, if people send X amount of hearts to you, you got the Pride Bear that comes out and says hello. I can see her hiding just behind you.
Barry comes out for the sweet.
Yeah. And of course, then you've got the Cool, which is blinding you with love.
Oh, that's right, my shades.
Yeah, you got that. You got them as well. So
just fun little gimmicks.
No, but it makes the show what it is, and obviously
I'm adding my Detroit Pride hat. I haven't picked a sticker to correspond with it yet, but we'll be adding that. And let's see, I've got my Pride fan now that I can pull out for something.
It's all bits that we put into the shows. It's fantastic. So obviously you are streaming tonight in a few hours' time, isn't it? It's only a few hours away now.
Hours, yeah.
Hours away for your karaoke session.
And all are welcome in the Pride crew.
Yeah, exactly. You obviously got to put the crew out there. So if people want to find you on social media, is it Kris Pride Music, KP Music? How do people find you on all of these platforms?
On most platforms, it's Kris Pride Music, but some of them it's just Kris Pride. On Facebook, my personal account is Kris Pride Helm, but my Facebook page is Kris Pride, and I also have a Facebook group called Kris Pride Music that I encourage you to join. And on YouTube, it's Kris Pride, and Reverb Nation and SoundCloud, it's Kris Pride. But really, you could just Google my name and you'll see everything. And I've got links to a lot of my social media here on Sessions Live as well.
Perfect. So what I'll do, guys, at the bottom of the video, I'll put a copy of Kris Pride's Sessions profile on there. So you can click on that, go through to her Sessions profile, which has got everything on there. And I'll also put her Show For Me link on there, because I know Kris is on Show For Me as well.
I'm really new to Show For Me. Like, I got as far as uploading a bunch of my original songs, but then I never really did anything more than that. I didn't speak with a representative or anything. And I know that they were, Larissa and Lalea were encouraging me to do some live shows on Show For Me. So that might be happening in the future. I'm not sure. I still need to check into it. I've really been just putting all my eggs in one basket here with Sessions Live lately.
Yeah, no, well, I'm on Show For Me as well, and I'm actually one of their partner ambassadors.
Oh, awesome.
And it is a fantastic platform. So for people that don't know what Show For Me is about, Show For Me is an artist interaction network, or music interaction network. So what it does, it takes Facebook, it takes YouTube, it takes Spotify, it takes Amazon, and groups it all together for artists. So we're on there. We can put all of our songs up there, paid for or free. We can do paid for shows. They've got a fantastic support network there for artists as well, and fans if they want to link with it. It's designed to be a one-stop platform for everyone to be able to go to and keep the music in one place. It is a fantastic platform. I'm on there. I've got another show coming up soon. As Kris just said, she's on there as well. We've got Larissa Goretkin on there. I'm not sure if Sandra's on there or not. I'll have to check with Sandra on that one. But I don't know, Julie's commenting on all of the different videos that you've got up on your YouTube there. I can see she's got Songbirds fun videos to watch. What else has she got on there? She's got loads of different videos that she's mentioning.
Now I'm excited to work on a new one.
No, exactly. You want to get that new video up and running. It'd be absolutely fantastic. on
But that
there.
also means I need to record the track. I don't have a recording of that song, so that'll be fun. Now I have something to look forward to working on.
Sandra just said that she's not on the show for me yet, but she will be there soon. Oh, fantastic!
And I will check it out again. I haven't even signed into it since I uploaded all the songs, so I'll have to give that another shot.
No, be fantastic. So, another question that you wasn't aware was going to be curveballed towards you. This one, out of all of the originals that you've done, what one would you say you enjoy playing or re-listening to or performing the most? If you had to pick, if someone said these are all your originals, pick one of them that's your sort of your number one, what would that be?
It would either be Perfect Storm or Water is Life. Those are my two most recent songs, and I feel like they're my best songs, and I'm most passionate about them, I suppose. I guess maybe Perfect Storm because it's my most recent and it's still freshest in my mind.
No, they are.
But I can definitely see improvement in my songwriting since, I did one show of all originals about a month ago, and I did them in chronological order, and it was really interesting. I had a couple of people on sessions request that I do that, and I think it was really a great idea. I know I talked to you about it right before I did it too, and you were like, it really helps to do it in order, and then you can talk about what was going on at the time that you were writing them. And I was worried I wouldn't have enough songs to take up a 2-hour stream, but I did. It worked perfectly. And I'm going to do that again soon. Not sure when yet, but
is there a copy that anyone can go and watch that original stream? Is that up on your page?
Yep, it's on YouTube.
Oh,
it's on my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/c/Kris Pride.
Perfect. Sandra, thank you so much.
Thanks for being here, Sandra.
Yeah, so
No, it doesn't hurt at all. It was quite painless.
No, as I said, that's the reason we do these. The way I like to look at it is it's an artist talking to an artist. It's not not being horrible about magazines out there, of course not. But there's other interview styles out there that's very much these are the questions, we are sticking to these. That is it. It is being it's being regimented on time. It has to be X amount of time per question.
Mm-hmm.
We're not like that. Julie's just saying that she has Water is Life and Perfect Storm completely memorized.
Oh, that's so cool. Carrie Whitespace sending hugs right back at you, Carrie. Thanks for being here.
That's fantastic. And as you said, you've brought so many artists onto Sessions Live as a platform, and obviously so many out there in the industry as well.
I think now that I've got a good 7 months under my belt on Sessions, I'm qualified enough to be referring other artists. I can really tell them what to expect, and I'm really excited to refer other artists, especially since I stopped multi-streaming and really started focusing all my energy in just this one place. And I feel like I can really help other musicians build a following and start to make some money from the privacy, the safety, and comfort of their own homes, which I think is really necessary during this pandemic. I see other musicians that are out there doing live gigs, and I worry,
No, exactly.
Because you can't control what other people do. You can control what you do, but once you go off into a public space, you can't control what the people around you are doing. You can't, and I feel like a total bitch every time I go out and have to tell everyone, please keep your distance. Please, I just don't want to have to do that. It just makes me feel bad. So I'd rather just stay home 99.9% of the time like I'm doing. And I'm just really happy that I have this outlet to still be able to sing and play music and connect with people without having to go and expose myself and others to something that could kill you. This is kind of a lifesaver for me.
And as you said, you stream so many times and so often, and you've got sessions and all the other platforms to do that. Out of all of the tracks that you play, is there one that you, when you're going through your shows, you think, oh, I hope someone's going to request that, and if they don't, I'm going to play that because I enjoy playing that track? What's I'm not going to be harsh. I'm not going to say name the number one track. Name the top 5 tracks that you either hope people request, or that if someone requests it, you go, oh, I really, really enjoy playing that one.
My favorite songs actually really change all the time. It's like I go through kind of phases of where these are my favorite songs right now that I really want to do. And I don't know, what are they right now? Let's see. Some of my favorite songs that I like getting requested, I guess right now, one of them would be What I Got by Sublime, because it's just super fun. What else? You Suck by the Murmurs, which is a little bit obscure. Anything by Patty Griffin or Tracy Chapman. I've got a few new songs I'm going to add. I really like Depeche Mode. I'm adding a couple of their songs to my eclectic acoustic stream, and I'm very excited to start doing them. I just printed them out last night, and they're sitting here on my music stand. Enjoy the Silence and I Just Can't Get Enough. I'm super excited about my ukulele version of I Just Can't Get Enough. It's going to be fun.
That is going to be that's an amazing track as it is. So let alone a new cover of that coming out. That's definitely one to keep.
And I'm going to start doing Time of Your Life by Green Day too. Oh, and one of my very favorite songs to perform right now is The Middle by Jimmy Eat World, because it is like, I keep calling it my note to self, because I've been struggling in the confidence area lately on sessions, and I blame the stupid leaderboard, okay? I just don't think that we should depend on big donations from our fans to rise to the top of the leaderboard. It's an emotional roller coaster, and I'm trying to just stop looking at my rankings now, because I don't like the way it affects me mentally. I've struggled with mental illness all my life, and I don't need any more emotional ups and downs, you know? So I'm glad that they are changing everything here in the next few months. And I'm looking forward to being able to rise up the leaderboard just by my accomplishments and not having to depend on huge amounts of love from my fans. I think it's going to take the pressure off of everyone.
No, exactly. And just another quick shout out. We've got Dave Goldberg from the Dave Goldberg Band. Davey, good to see you. Thanks for joining me. Guys, if you haven't checked Dave out, you've got to go and watch one of his streams. It's absolutely phenomenal. Really, really great streamer. Carrie Westbay, another amazing streamer. Sandra Bullitt, another amazing streamer. I've seen Dolby in here, another amazing streamer that I have done a show for, which was so much fun to do. And Sandra done a showcase show for as well. It's been brilliant.
You did a Dolby interview and I missed it?
I haven't done a Dolby interview yet. I'm still waiting for Dolby to agree to sort that out. But I'd have done a showcase show.
Oh, okay. Well, I missed that too, darn it. Is it on your YouTube channel?
Not as of yet. I've got to re-record it. Had a few errors with streaming, but that is in the re-record process at the moment. Obviously, I've got my track coming out, so that's sort of working its way through.
Well, I'm looking forward to a Dolby interview.
Yes. Dolby, if you're still there, we need to organise that. We need to get that one organised very, very, very soon. So as you said, it's your acoustic set coming, not your karaoke set, coming up this evening. Obviously, slightly odd question, this one, because obviously you sing the karaoke's because people request them. Mm-hmm. If you and Carrie are going out and there's a karaoke on somewhere, and she says, "Oh, come on, let's go and pick a song and go and sing it," what song would that be?
Well, you'll never catch my wife singing karaoke. She does like to go to karaoke and hear me and others, but I can never talk her into singing. But the song that she always wants me to do whenever we obviously don't go out for karaoke anymore because of the pandemic, but we used to. We had our favorite place to go, which was Circle Bar in Bay City, Michigan. It's even in the coloring book that she did. There's a picture of me singing karaoke in her coloring book, Bay City coloring book. The song that she always requests the most of me when I'm singing karaoke is Silent All These Years by Tori Amos.
Yeah. No.
And I love doing that one as well.
Perfect. What's that one that Carrie's put? What's Carrie put in the chat there? I'm just trying to see.
And Breathe 2 a.m. That's another one that Carrie always likes me to do.
Yeah. No,
and I actually do that one on the ukulele as well.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Well, Kriss, it's been absolutely amazing interviewing you today. Thank you so much for taking an hour out of your
Thank you so much for inviting me.
No, it's fine. It's what we're here for. This is sort of behind the scenes of the artist itself. So, guys, you can catch Kriss Monday, Tuesday. I can't remember your schedule now. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday,
and
Sundays. So Wednesday, Saturday,
3 p.m. Eastern.
3 p.m. Eastern. And of course, guys, if you want to know what that is in your local time zone, just go across to Kriss's sessions account, and it'll all be on there in your local time. So you can go and say hello to Kriss. I always drop in as and when I'm not streaming, or if I'm not in the studio recording something, I'll always drop in. Say hello.
And hey, it's Karaoke Monday, so you can request Nickelback today, Tom.
Woo! Nickelback. Hey, we do love a bit of Nickelback. I will admit that is my go-to when I'm out and about.
We may be the only ones, but
yeah. When you've had a few jars and there's a group of you singing, it's got to be Nickelback and How You Remind Me. Just
I love that song.
I know, exactly, and it can fit into a few different genres as well. So I can be a little bit cheeky and request it on a Sunday as well. But
yep.
we'll keep that out. We'll keep that quiet and out of the way. That one. No, guys, thank you so much for joining me. This has been CMV Studio, and this has been your Kris Pride interview. Kriss, thank you so much for joining me. We shall see everyone in our sessions streams at some point soon. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. For now, goodbye.
Bye.